Welcome back, everybody, to our weekly AMA. For this week, we have Mar3 AI, going to be an interesting discussion about the AI topic. Uh, Prominent especially in Web2, now really grown in Web3 as well. So I think an interesting topic to discuss. And of course, uh, the best way to find out more is to talk with somebody who's specialized in AI, right? So we do have Phoebe from Mar3 AI for this week. We'll go in depth about what they do, what they're trying to bring to Web3. But before we do start, let's get our usual agenda out of the way. So we are once again hosting a Galaxy campaign. For this, we do have 200 worth of Mar3 tokens sponsored by Mar3 AI. So if you do claim an oath, you'll have a chance to win some of these prizes from the raffle. So make sure you do that and listen in for at least 15 minutes. Let's kick things off. So Phoebe, it's very great to have you here. So first of all, I'd like to ask you to introduce yourself and Mar3 AI and give us a quick overview on why you guys decided to start Mar3 AI.
Okay, thank you, Ethan, for introduce. Hi, everyone. I'm Phoebe, marketing manager at Mastery AI, and thanks for having me here today. I'm really excited for this AMA. And so, let me introduce a little bit about Mastery AI. Uh, our project is an AI platform support for the Web3 marketing, and so our platform empowers our Web3 businesses and individuals to optimize their marketing strategies, content creations, and audience targeting in the Web3 space. And we started the idea of building master AIs in late of last year. Yeah.
Interesting, thank you. Interested to learn more about what you guys are doing. So, um, I'd like to ask you to kind of elaborate on the strengths of the blockchain technology and AI that Mar3 brings to the table. So, my question to you is, how do you guys leverage blockchain technology and the strengths of AI to Mar3? And what kind of value propositions and solutions are you guys bringing to or wanting to bring to Web3?
Yeah. Um, okay, let me answer these questions. As an AI idea, master AI is sorry. Okay. As an AI idea, we have integrated the most advanced technologies of AI field. Yeah, and in Material, we have integrated the GPT-4, the newest version of OpenAI language model system. And so we also use the DALL-E 2, a popular AI art generator. And so all of this is to help the Web3 user can generate high quality content, improve the engagement, save time and money for their marketing tasks or Web3 tasks. And besides that, to complete the transaction faster while keeping the gas fee minimal in our app, we use the ZK rollup of BNB chain, and this is a layer 2 solutions for Master AI. Yes, and that's all.
Yeah, thank you. Very interesting. I am looking at your guys' website, and it's actually a pretty interesting tool. I haven't seen anybody try to utilize AI specifically for marketing. And when I do take a look at even your suggestions, I can see prompts like what are the best practices for creating engaging content on social media platforms. So it's very interesting if you guys have this accustomed to Web3 specifically. Very interesting to see what you guys are doing. Thank you, Phoebe. And Casey, a question for you now. Um, Perspective. I want to ask you for your perspective here regarding AI tools in general. So how can AI tools bring value to the Web3 space?
I think the first thing, similar to Mars 3 AI is doing that people are utilizing AI to do more generative content. And then with this tool, I think not only Web3 project, but also community can utilize this tool to create content faster. But we will still need to like pay attention to the risk of using AI, like with more fraud and being able to detect if it's real people. So I think it comes with two swords with the AI technology, but we think AI applications in Web3, including deployment of digital collectibles in gaming, NFTs, and asset creation, in general, is a good thing for us to make Web3 develop faster. So that's my point of view.
Yeah, thank you, Casey. Phoebe,
Yeah, yeah.
talking about distinctions. We have Web 2 AI and we have Web 3 AI. So, what kind of distinctions would you say are between the Web 2 AIs? We have tools like OpenAI, ChatGPT, and what's the distinction between Web 3 AI, like Mar3? Could you help us understand the difference between these two areas?
Yes, okay. Thank you for your question, Aidan. And thank you for Casey too. To answer the questions, let's throw back to last year when we identified some problems in Web3. Yeah, we see that Web3 has some problem like creating content in Web3 fields. Yeah, big challenge to due to the large amount of knowledge, which is difficult to reach potential audience. And also, Web2 users find it very hard to approach Web3 because it requires high technical skill. At that time, there's many AI tools in Web2. Yeah, but we don't have any AI tool for Web3. And so that's why we create an AI platform for Web3 marketing. And at Master we specialize focus in NFT technology. Yes, and we have two unique feature: AI NFT generator and AI NFT marketplace. Yeah, and with our AI NFT generator, anyone can deploy their own NFT on blockchain within a minute. And without requiring specialized technical knowledge or skill, this makes it accessible to anyone who want to create or share their own NFT. Yeah. And additionally, our AI NFT marketplace is the first of its kind, allowing users to enlist their imaginations and become the artists in their own right. And this platform empowers every user to showcase and sell their NFT creations. And I'm sure that you can find the two feature on any other Web2 platform such as OpenAI. Yeah, and this is the distinctions between Web2 AI and Web3 AI. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's my answer.
Be very interesting. It's interesting, yeah, to know the distinction because we see uh, kind of different applications for Web 2 and Web 3. I guess that is natural, right? But yeah, it's exciting to see the convergence of the technologies. And moving back towards our integration partnership, I have a question regarding this. So how could the Space ID integration with Mar3 AI create new and potential opportunities for both of the projects? Phoebe, from your perspective, do you think there's uh, any potential value to be created between our two projects with the integration done for Mar3 AI?
Yes, thank you for your question, Ethan. Um, also, Although this already we have already have a Mar3 ID in our ecosystem, and the Mar3 IDs is only usable in our platform. So that's why we integrate Pay ID into our ecosystem. That user can use BNB domain name service across entire Binance chain ecosystem because Mastery IDs is only used on our platform. Yeah, and I think this integrations aim at creating more seamless user experience and fostering potential collaborations with different projects across the BNB chain. And I think this is the potential opportunity of both our projects. Yeah.
Yeah, I think also like similar to how I'm using ChatGPT, I log in with my email, right? So if I can log in with my Space ID and the AI tools kind of also learn like my personal preference or what I'm interested in as well. So it makes the AI tool more powerful at the end. So I think having a DID
Yes,
is very important.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Thanks,
agree
Phoebe.
with that. Yeah.
Thanks, Phoebe. Thanks, Casey. And Casey, we did have I did have previous discussions with other AI tools in Web3, and we did discuss the potential opportunities how Space ID could leverage AI. And I think one of the simplistic ones, of course, having an AI uh, generate a potential name for you, right? Casey, have you ever thought about in general how AI could be utilized for Space ID? Do you have any ideas from the top of your mind?
I think in general, users can utilize the tools to be more powerful in terms of what kind of DApps they're interacting, what kind of knowledge they want to learn. Because we have so much information online, it's hard to dissect and know what's useful for us. So you can always ask AI to kind of filter out the content that you want. So I think for especially for Web3 users, it's very useful because I ask like AI tools a lot in terms of stuff that I don't know. So I think it's a very useful use case for all of us.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
in terms of Space ID, I think it would be cool if we have an AI bot where our community can ask any questions about us, so that they don't need to like go through all of our like Discord channels and our blogs. It will be way easier for them to quickly know about us.
Yeah, the assistant side of things, I think that's very, very helpful. I mean, taking a look at a lot of Web3 users, I think airdrops are very prevalent, are very interesting to a lot of Web3 users. I think there's a lot of stuff going on in Web3, as you said. Even having an assistant giving you daily updates or giving you ease of access to what's been happening lately, to giving you specific actions which you could take and the benefit you could have if you do them. So finding out that information, if AI can do that, can provide you that quick access, I think it's in general a very easy thing. Even for the Discord, I think talking about AI, there are solutions for Discord. Even we could implement an AI solution, a chatbot solution where users could ask the questions. So yeah, it's a very, very interesting topic. I think there's so many use cases, so many utilities here. So very interesting. And Phoebe, talking about Web3 AI DApps in general, right? So I'm pretty sure there are a lot of potential challenges maybe in the future. Have you guys thought about any of these potential challenges and how you are going to overcome any barriers or even encourage broader adoption of Web3 AI?
Yeah, I think the biscuit challenge of Web3 AI DApps is much adoption. Yeah, we don't have yet reaches the same large number of the user as Web2 AI applications like OpenAI, right? And in the long term, however, we have a bigger ambition to onboard more Web2 users to Web3 AI application. Yeah. And besides login with the crypto wallet, we give user more options like login with their email or Apple account. Uh, and we also give users more options in payments such as Visa or PayPal instead of crypto like all the DFs. And we are trying to make all the features on Master platform simpler and easier to use and more user friendly for Web2 user. Yeah, we are trying this.
Interesting. Thank
That's
you.
on Ethan. Yeah.
I do think like it's such a new technology. I think there are going to be potential barriers. I guess I have personally even thought about this overload of information. What if the information is inaccurate? What if it's really overloaded? Maybe even specifically, maybe not related to this, but talking about even images. Uh, how can you distinguish something real, something made by AI? So yeah, it's a very, very interesting to see how it's going to happen in the future. And talking about Mar3 AI, um, can you briefly share your top milestones that you have had lately, and maybe your roadmap and any objectives that you have for the remainder of this year and maybe beyond that?
Yeah. Thank you, Arjun. Uh, Let me share some Master AI top milestone roadmap and objectives for the years. In this year, we probably ranked as the top of one of the top 10 user rate BNB chain DFs and also among the top 10 AI DFs on BNB chain. And there are about 100,000 NFT holders and 22K, over 22K mastery ID were minted on our DF. Yeah, and plus our community has grown to over 60,000 members. We are partnered with over 30 big names in Web3 and blockchain space, like BNB Chain, Space ID, Magic Square, BSC stations, and many other projects. And we got our first mobile app release coming up on next week, and it's going available on both iOS and Android. And this is our roadmap in this month. We have this cool feature AI to earn in our app, in our mobile app that let you earn mastery points, which can convert to mastery tokens soon. And as for this year target, we are maybe we are looking for growing to 100,000 users and partnering with over 100 Web3 companies. Also, we got our eyes set on an IDO and listing mastery token on centralized chain. And this is exciting time ahead. Yeah. And here's and this is our sharing. Yeah. Thanks, Ethan.
Thanks, Phoebe. Very exciting what you guys are doing. Looking forward to what you guys will be achieving this year and, of course, 2024 and beyond. Thanks for that answer. Hope our audience, hope everybody goes checks them out, try out the prompts as well. Very interesting to see how you can utilize it for marketing. Casey, from the Space ID perspective, a question for you. What's the current market of the Web3 domain industry? What kind of news would you like to share about what we're doing these days?
I think we see a lot of new blockchains coming up and issuing their like top level domains, but I think the industry or the sector in general is getting more mature. So people have more knowledge and know what they want in terms of their domain name. So that's why we just announced our Space ID 3.0 toolkit. So for our Space ID 3.0, we will empower ecosystem and project to issue their TLD permissionlessly. So any project or ecosystem, they have the toolkit necessarily to issue and kind of set the attributes they want for their top level domains so that it makes more sense for their utilities. So that's something we have been building the past few months. So very excited to have it ready for all the ecosystem out there. So as a team for Space ID, we will step back a little bit and to be the infrastructure provider for this. And then in terms of our own progress, we are also kind of preparing for the .say name launch this month. So I'm sure our community members have seen a lot of our whitelist giveaways for our pre-registration. So that's what we've been working on recently. And then we want to like empower more projects and developers to participate in building on top of our protocol. So that's why we just announced our grant program season 2 as well. We had a pretty good turnout for our season 1 with 21 grant partners earning the grant. So for season 2, we are actually increasing the grant range to 10,000 USD. So that makes total of 157K on the table for the entire grant program. So I guess we have a little bit pivot to wanting to onboard more developers to our ecosystem.
For sure. I'm not sure if you bugged out or if you have concluded your answer, Casey, because Discord has been bugging out lately.
Was it disrupted?
I'm not sure. The last thing I heard was expanding our developer community.
Yeah, for sure. So that's one of our focus for the next few quarters, and then obviously, like before, we are still focusing on more integrations. We've successfully finished few integrations with exchanges the past few months, including Huobi, Fimex, and we are expecting more to come. So that way we are, educating more Web2 users to know about domain name and its use case.
Awesome. Okay, Casey, thanks for that answer. And yeah, just to summarize everything, I think for our own audience, as Casey mentioned, we are expanding since there's such demand for TLDs lately. We have so many new chains, we have so many new projects going out, and we see a trend of a lot of them wanting top-level domains, unique top-level domains for their communities. And Space ID 3.0 is exactly satisfying that need currently in the market for allowing everybody to easily launch their top-level domains for their communities, and of course, propelling the Space ID ecosystem way more than we would be able to if we were the ones that are creating all these name services, right? So naturally, when we see a community, a project, whatever it is, create their own TLD via our infrastructure, we of course have that user base coming over to Space ID, getting their names, creating this traffic, this value from our holders, since it does include utilizing the ID token as well in order to be able to launch your own TLD. So a very sophisticated, a very easy system to use for all of these new TLDs. And of course, we have our launch partners right now, but I do believe we will see a lot more chains, projects utilizing the Space ID infrastructure, which is very interesting. Which is very, very interesting. I'm very excited for the future. Thank you, Casey, for giving that quick summarization on what we're doing. Yeah, I think we have reached a conclusion here for today's AMA. Phoebe, any last thoughts you'd like to share with our audience? Maybe give them a direction on where they can learn more about MAR3.
Yeah, if you want to learn more about Mar3 AI, you can access to our website Mar3 AI or our Telegram Mar3 AI. Yeah, and so I think I have a very a great AMA today, and thanks for having all of you today. Yeah.
It was great having you here today, Phoebe, as a speaker. Thank you for joining. Awesome. Let's close it out. So for everybody who did listen in for at least 15 minutes, you guys will be able to claim your oats. Once again, Mar3 has sponsored $200 worth of Mar3 token as prizes that will be distributed in a raffle format to oat holders. So make sure to stay tuned. We are announcing these raffle winners in our community updates channel the week after. So you will know if you have won some interesting, awesome prizes. Thanks again for everybody who joined us. Thanks Phoebe. Thanks Casey for speaking. Again, Casey, glad to have you join us again to speak. It's usually Harrison, but I'm glad to have you back again to give us your thoughts as well. I think the community definitely misses your voice, so it's great to have you here.
It's always good to be back. Thank
Uh,
you. Thank you, Phoebe.
Yes,
Thank you,
thank you, Casey and Aiton. Yeah.
Casey, and thanks for everybody who joined. And we'll see and talk to you guys next week. Bye bye.